The arrow does not miss because the target moved. The target is wood and paper. It has no will. It has no legs. It stands exactly where it was placed. It waits for you. If the arrow flies wide, if it strikes the dirt or sails over the edge, there is only one reason. The chaos was not out there in the wind. The chaos was inside your hand. You missed because your mind moved before your fingers did. You walk through your life desperate to hit the mark. You want the promotion. You want the status. You want the relationship to work. You want the body of a fighter. You stare at these goals with hungry eyes. You obsess over them. You lose sleep over them. And because you want them so badly, your hands shake. You rush the process to get to the prize. You compromise your form to speed up the result, and time after time, you watch your arrow land in the mud. You blame the wind. You blame the bow. You blame the noise of the world. But deep down, in the quiet of the night, you know the truth. You are not missing because you lack skill. You are missing because you are frantic. There is a different way to approach the battle. It is found in the dim light of old dojos, where the smell of polished wood and dust fills the air. Here, men practice Kyudo, the way of the bow. It is not a sport. It is not a game of points. It is a standing meditation, a mirror for the soul. Imagine the archer. He steps onto the polished floor. He does not look at the target with greed. He barely looks at it at all. His focus is entirely on his feet, the way they grip the floor. He focuses on his breath, deep and slow. He raises the bow above his head. His movements are agonizingly slow. There is no rush. There is only the expansion of the chest, the drawing of the string, the tension of the wood. He draws the arrow back until the feathers touch his cheek. He holds. He does not release because he wants to hit the bullseye. He holds until the shot is ripe, until the separation of the string from the glove is not an action, but a natural accident, like snow falling from a bamboo leaf. The arrow flies. He does not flinch to see where it lands. He remains in the posture of the finish. He exudes dignity. If the arrow hits the center, his face does not change. If it misses completely, his face does not change. He is not shooting at a paper target. He is shooting at himself. He is killing the weakness in his own mind. This is the lesson you have forgotten. Form builds freedom. You think that discipline is a cage. You think that rituals are for the superstitious. You believe that if you just try hard enough and push fast enough, you will win. But obsession makes you clumsy. When you are obsessed with the outcome, you are living in the future. You are terrified of a result that hasn't happened yet. That fear tightens your muscles. It clouds your judgment. It makes you reactionary. The master knows that the hit is just a symptom of a correct mind. If the mind is still, the body aligns. If the body aligns, the arrow flies true. This state is called Mushin, no mind. It is not an empty head. It is a head free of static. It is a radio tuned perfectly to the frequency of the moment, with no interference from fear or desire. You think you need to be angry to win. You think you need to be hungry to hunt. But the most dangerous predator is the one that is calm, the one that strikes with surgical precision because it is not afraid of missing. You must stop treating your life like a slot machine. Stop pulling the lever and hoping for luck. Start building the architecture of your actions. Precision is not a gift. It is a personality trait. It is a habit you can forge in the fires of your own will. It requires you to stop looking at the scoreboard and start looking at your hands. This brings us to the protocol. How do you bring the way of the bow into a world of noise and deadlines? You do not need a bow. You need a shift in gravity. First, you must establish a ritual of entry. Before the archer draws, he bows, he breathes, he sets his feet. You rush into high-stakes situations with your phone in your hand and your mind racing. This ensures failure. Before you begin any difficult task, you need a pre-action ritual. It does not need to be long, 30 seconds. You put the phone away, you close your eyes. You take 3 breaths that fill your stomach. You visualize the process, not the reward. You anchor yourself in the chair or on the ground. You tell yourself that for the next hour, nothing exists but this task. This ritual is a signal to your brain. It slams the door on the chaos outside. Second, you must practice the single clean shot. Modern life forces you to multitask. It forces you to spray bullets in every direction, hoping one hits. This dilutes your power. Every day, choose one task to perform with absolute, slow perfection. It could be a set of heavy squats. It could be writing a single difficult email. It could be washing the dishes. Do it slower than usual. Pay attention to every micro movement. Do not let your mind wander to the next thing. Finish it completely. Put the tools away. Stand back and look at it. This trains your brain to value quality over speed. It teaches you the feeling of a clean release. Third, you must destroy the scoreboard in your mind. You are addicted to validation. You post a photo and check for likes. You send a proposal and check your inbox every minute. You are constantly asking the world, "Did I do good?" This is the behavior of a child. The warrior judges his own form. When you finish a task, ask yourself only one question. Did I execute this with full focus and correct intent? If the answer is yes, the result does not matter. The result will take care of itself in time. If you executed poorly but got lucky with a win, do not celebrate. Luck runs out. Form is forever. Finally, the evening correction. The archer knows exactly why he missed. His elbow was too low. His grip was too tight. He does not beat himself up. He simply notes it. At the end of your day, look at your misses. Do not wallow in shame. Shame is useless energy. Just identify the mechanical error. You lost your temper because you were tired. You procrastinated because the task was undefined. Write down one correction for tomorrow, one adjustment to your aim. Then close the book. The day is done. The arrow has flown. You cannot call it back. There is a myth that to be precise, you must be cold. People think that this level of discipline makes you a robot. They say you will lose your passion. They are wrong. A fire that burns uncontrollably just consumes the house. A fire that is focused becomes a torch. It becomes a laser. When you remove the anxiety of winning, you do not become indifferent. You become dangerous. You become present. You see things that others miss because they are too busy looking at the prize. The man who chases the result is a slave to the future. He is always waiting to be happy. He is always waiting to be enough. The man who masters the process is free. He is enough right now because his worth is in his action, not in the applause. Consider the difference in your own life. Think of the times you succeeded, really succeeded. Was it when you were panicked and desperate? Or was it when you were so absorbed in the work that you forgot what time it was? That is the state of the bow. That is the state you must cultivate. You have spent enough time trembling.
You have spent enough years firing arrows into the dark, hoping to hit something. It is time to turn on the light. It is time to stand still. The target is not going anywhere. The world will wait for you to aim. Stop trying to force the victory. Stop trying to wrestle the outcome to the ground. Stand tall, breathe deep, fix your form, and let the arrow fly. The only question remains: will you continue to miss because you are looking at the prize? Or will you finally look at yourself and become the kind of man who cannot miss?